Hi friends, welcome to yet another interesting informative video on Venus in different nakshatras. I've already uploaded part 1. If you haven't watched, do watch. This is part 2. Again, you should watch those nakshatras which are relevant for you. So this is part 2. In this part I will cover many other significant nakshatras. So Venus in a certain nakshatra. Venus refers to your relationship, whether you're a male native or a female native. It stands for your relationship, the relationship life or partnership that you're going to have with your person in this life. And Venus for a male native is also the life partner. So whatever I will talk about, the characteristics of Venus and Venus in a certain nakshatra, what results it can give. So if you're a male native, you can find all these qualities in your life partner. Definitely Venus is also wealth. So whatever results pertaining to wealth I will discuss, those will be applicable to all natives, male or female. For male natives and female natives, for all natives, Venus stands for relationship. Okay? Whether you are a male or female or like people who may belong to any, some people they belong to some other, they have some other sexual orientation. So it's for irrespective of your gender. Venus will always signify relationship. So what sort of relationship you're going to have with your partner, with your person, that you can decode from Venus in a certain nakshatra. Nakshatra is very significant. There are 27 nakshatras, 27 lunar mansions. These nakshatras, they trap the energy of your past life karmas. The past life karma and the results of those karmas, how they are going to manifest in this life, all that is somehow controlled by the nakshatras. So in order to decode the karmic patterns that you're going to follow or karmic patterns that are going to play out in your life, you need to look at the nakshatra in which a certain planet is placed. And we are talking about Venus, the planet of love, relationship, marriage, partnership, the planet of beauty, the planet of wealth and luxury. So Venus in different nakshatras. Let's quickly have a look at the sample chart. Welcome to the sample chart. This is the chart of a Leo ascendant native. You can see, okay, this is a North Indian style chart. This is the first house, second house, third house. These are all the houses. This is the 7th house and 8th house, and like this up till the 12th house. So all the 12 houses you can see in this horoscope. Okay, and in the very first house you have the planets Venus, Sun and Mars. Okay, and Venus is in the sign of Leo in the very first house. Okay, in the chart of this Leo ascendant native. Now you have to find out in which nakshatra Venus is placed. You can have access to your birth chart or horoscope. You can also have access to the nakshatra in which Venus and other planets are placed from various apps or software. You can download the AstroSage app on your mobile phone and you can just go to the planets tab, open your Lagna chart, go to the planets tab, and there you will be able to see all the nakshatras in which different planets in your horoscope, okay, are placed. So in the case of this particular native, Venus is in the sign of Leo. It is in Purvaphalguni nakshatra. The nakshatra in which Venus is placed is very relevant. From there you can decode so many things about, what kind of relationship or marriage this native is going to have, all right, and also what kind of, how this person can gain wealth in life, okay. So the nakshatra in which Venus is placed is very significant. In this particular native's case, Venus is in Purvaphalguni nakshatra in Leo. Now let's get started. Okay friends, what will happen if Venus is in Magha Nakshatra? So, Magha Nakshatra is ruled by planet Ketu. And Magha Nakshatra falls in the zodiac Leo. So the sign lord is Sun. So you need to combine the energies of Ketu and Sun. Alright. Now, Venus in Magha Nakshatra. The symbol of this nakshatra is the royal throne or the palanquin, the royal palanquin. The animal symbol is the male rat. Male rat stands for meticulousness. So this animal symbol, it stands for meticulousness, for adaptability, survival, even secrecy. So all these qualities somehow will be connected to your relationship life. If Venus is in Magha Nakshatra, there could be some secrecy about your relationship, or you will be very meticulous about relationship matters. You will want your relationship to be based on trust, definitely. It has to be based on total commitment, spiritual connection. Yes, there can be ups and downs in the relationship. And if there is lack of commitment, if there is lack of loyalty, then there can be problems in this relationship. Magha Nakshatra, because the symbol is the throne or royal palanquin, you can say that this is a royal nakshatra. So there could be ego clashes in the relationship. It's falling in the sign of Leo. Leo is ruled by Sun. So find out how Sun is placed. If Sun is not well placed, getting afflicted or something, there could be ego clashes and problems and challenges in the relationship. This relationship is going to transform your life. That is possible. It's going to transform you as an individual. It's possible. It has to be based on loyalty, commitment, and total surrender and devotion to each other. There has to be a sense of devotion. Then only this relationship will be successful when Venus is in Magha. If Sun is afflicted, then one of the parties may be a little controlling and dominating in the relationship. Now, the deity of Magha Nakshatra is Pitras or Pitris, that refers to your ancestors. So the ancestral deities. So as far as wealth is concerned, if you definitely you need to, if you follow some profession that was followed by somebody in your family, say if that profession is connected to your family lineage, if you follow some profession that was taken up by somebody within your family, somehow one of your ancestors, then, and if you take that profession seriously, if you take it up, if you also somehow keep that tradition alive and take it forward, okay, with a touch of novelty, originality, but you're keeping that tradition, that family business or whatever, you're keeping that alive and you are taking it forward and you are setting an example for forthcoming generations. So that sort of thing is going to be very good your wealth may come if from protection of your family lineage, or from maintenance of family business, doing something that was done by your ancestors. Or wealth may come from the occult fields, from any field of occult knowledge, or psychology, or healing practices, even technology. Or if you're connected to investments, research investigation, any field of research investigation, healthcare sector, the legal sector, the field of law. So wealth may come from any of these fields. So whenever you make use of your knowledge, creativity, creative skills, intuition, you'll be able to gain wealth. Yeah. Now, you should also see to it that that your ancestors are always pleased with you. Then your relationship life also will be blessed. Your relationship, committed relationship or marriage will be blessed. So, making that is, doing offering tarpan to your ancestors or whoever has passed away in the family during the Pitra Paksh every year, so which falls in the month of September, October. So during the Pitra Paksh, making offerings to the ancestors, okay, going to some temple by the river and making offerings. So during the Pitra Paksh, to please your ancestors, that is a very good remedy that will enable you to improve your relationship life or marriage, and even that can enable you to gain wealth. Now let's move on to what will happen if Venus is in Purvaphalguni Nakshatra, the next Nakshatra. Purvaphalguni Nakshatra is ruled by Venus. It falls in the zodiac Leo. So the sign lord is Sun. So you have to combine the energies of Sun and Venus. And Purvaphalguni Nakshatra, the deity of this nakshatra is Magha, or you can say Bhag Dev. So the god of marital bliss, prosperity and fortune is the deity. The animal symbol of Purvaphalguni Nakshatra is female rat. Female rat again will signify, meticulousness, secrecy. Yes, female rat. Adaptability, survival, even secrecy. So all these qualities. So Purvaphalguni people may like to keep their relationship life, they want that privacy. They always will want to maintain privacy pertaining to their relationship with somebody, pertaining even to their, to their marriage. So they feel that the bond that they share with their partner is very private, it's very personal. So they will never like to discuss their relationship or with others. So they will maintain it, they will want it to be something which is very private and secretive also. It's possible. Purvaphalguni people, it's ruled by Venus. So Venus is in Purvaphalguni. So in relationship, definitely you will want a deep-rooted connection, which is also romantic, sensual connection. You will want to be with a person with whom you feel happy, a person who can make you feel happy, who is friendly to you. Okay? So that sort of person who is playful, okay, who would love to do fun things with you, who would give you joy. So you would connect with that sort of person. Again, a person who is committed to you. That is also important. Okay. Purvaphalguni Nakshatra, Venus in Purvaphalguni. So you have refined taste. You're very artistic. You can have artistic abilities, creative skills. Okay. Some artistic skill or ability you can have. So wealth may also come from your creative or artistic skills, or from your knowledge. Wealth may come from your knowledge, or from by making use of your intuition. Definitely. So any field of knowledge, you need to gain knowledge, and wealth will come from there. If you have Venus in Purvaphalguni Nakshatra, you can make use of your knowledge, you can get into teaching, even occult. Alright? Because Purvaphalguni Nakshatra is Venus and Sun, so wealth may come from healthcare sector, from medical profession, from healing, occult practices also, or any field of knowledge, even teaching, counseling. So wealth may come from any of these fields. Purvaphalguni Nakshatra people in relationship, as I mentioned, no, they want serious relationship, they want to be committed in the relationship, and they're looking for a partner also who would be friendly with them, who would be somebody who would have a deep-rooted spiritual connection with them. It's not just about sexual compatibility, which is also important, because after all this nakshatra is ruled by Venus, so sensual attraction and compatibility is important. But more than that, what is important is selfless love. Selfless love and spiritual connection, that is very important in the relationship. So if your Venus is in Purvaphalguni Nakshatra, you can get such results. Yeah. So the symbol of this nakshatra is the swinging hammock. The swinging hammock, or the front legs of a bed. Okay, the swinging hammock. So these people, they are attracted towards beauty, pleasure. Okay, they want to lead a life of luxury, beauty and pleasure also. So in relationship, you will want to be, after being in a relationship, committed relationship with somebody, you will want to lead a life of luxury and pleasure. Now wealth may also come from artistic and creative fields, as I mentioned. So these people could be into any sort of, it could be into music, fine arts, into designing, interior decoration, etc. So wealth may also come from any of these fields. Now let's move on to the next nakshatra. Okay friends, what will happen if Venus is in Uttaraphalguni Nakshatra? If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. And if you want consultation, you can get in touch. So, Uttaraphalguni Nakshatra. If Venus is in that nakshatra, then we can say that, this nakshatra is ruled by planet Sun. And this nakshatra falls in the zodiac Leo and Virgo, both. So the sign lord is, when it falls in Leo, it will be Sun. If it falls in Virgo, sign lord will be Mercury. So, and the deity of this nakshatra is Aryaman, a solar deity. Aryaman, the god of contracts, social contracts, bonds and unions. Aryaman. And also the animal symbol. The animal symbol of this nakshatra is the bull. the bull, or you can say Nandi the bull, the Vahana or vehicle of Lord Shiva. And it stands for strength, reliability, divine connection. So, Uttaraphalguni Nakshatra people, they will also definitely, their relationship will be based on reliability. It will be based on divine spiritual connection. And they will be very, they will also believe in nurturing their partner, and they will expect the same from their partner. A relationship which is based on serious commitment. They will also like to be the provider in the relationship. They can also be generous, large-hearted. So all these qualities, if Venus is in Uttaraphalguni Nakshatra, so in relationship matters, what approach you will have to relationship. You will have a committed approach to relationship. You will believe that it is a contract. It is a bond of commitment which is not to be violated. It is a sacred bond of commitment. You look upon relationship in this way. So relationship definitely has to be based on commitment, loyalty, and spiritual connection, and selfless love. That is very important. You will also be somebody who's very, in this relationship, one of the partners will be very protective, very nurturing. And definitely you are also looking for a partner who is very caring and loving. So Venus in Uttaraphalguni Nakshatra. Now, say if it falls in Leo, then relationship has to be based on loyalty. It has to be based on spiritual connection and true love. You will want to, in this relationship, you will want that there should be friendship with your partner. So, relationship based on friendship and spiritual love will really work if it's in Leo. So, doing fun things with partner, being generous and playful towards each other. So, having fun with each other, yet a bond which is based on understanding and commitment. Now, if Uttaraphalguni Nakshatra falls in Virgo, then in relationship, you can have a very practical approach to relationship. Definitely, you are looking for commitment. So it has to be based on serious commitment, but at times you may get a little over analytical about things. And so, because you have a very practical approach, so there could be at times you may not, you may feel that there is lack of emotional connection, and it's like a bond which is based on practical considerations. If Uttaraphalguni falls in Virgo, but then the remedy or what you should do if it falls in Virgo, this relationship should be based on a desire to serve each other, to help each other in every way. Then it's going to work. When you have a desire to help each other in everyday work, when you have a desire to serve each other selflessly, then this relationship will work. So if it falls in Virgo, so instead of finding faults with each other, it's more important to serve each other and be there for each other. So that is important. And also analyze what went wrong and see how you can avoid conflicts and make your relationship better and improve your relationship. So you should strive towards that. Then it will work. And never give up on each other. Keep making efforts in the relationship to connect with each other. Now, if Uttaraphalguni Nakshatra falls in Leo, so it is definitely ruled by Sun. So Venus now is in a nakshatra ruled by Sun. So you can gain wealth from knowledge, from your intuition abilities. Okay? So your education, your knowledge, your intuition abilities, your creative skills will enable you to gain wealth. You could be into independent counseling, teaching. You could be into any creative or artistic field. Alright. Now, if Uttaraphalguni Nakshatra falls in Leo, any profession connected to Sun also can give you wealth. Medical profession, healing. You can be very good healers, healing practices. Okay? So, you can gain wealth from healing and even occult practices. Now, if Uttaraphalguni Nakshatra falls in Virgo, then any field of technology, the service sector, wealth may come from these fields. Okay? It may also come from any field of investigation, research. It can also come from, healing, because Virgo is also connected to healing. Say Uttaraphalguni Nakshatra falls in Virgo, you can also be healers. Wealth may come from healing practices, from the medicine sector, healthcare sector, from the legal sector of, that is a field of law. So wealth may come from any of these fields, or even technology, and even occult. Wealth may come from any of these fields. Now let's move on to the next nakshatra. Okay, so what will happen if Venus is in Hasta nakshatra? Venus is in Hasta. Hasta is ruled by planet Moon in astrology. The deity of Hasta nakshatra is Savitur, Lord Savitur, the sun god. And Hasta nakshatra falls in Virgo. So the sign lord is Mercury. So any sort of creative field, artistic ability, creative skills, even knowledge will enable you to gain wealth. Hasta nakshatra, the symbol is the open hand or the palm of your hand. So any sort of skills that involves the use of hands. So designing, any sort of skills, painting, any sort of skills that involves handicrafts, that involves the use of hands, even palmistry, Reiki healing, so even tarot. So these are all good fields. So wealth may come from any sort of artistic, creative fields. Alright. Now, even interior designing, decoration, that is also possible. Now, if I will go to wealth later on, first let us talk about relationship. The animal symbol of Hasta nakshatra is the buffalo. The buffalo is known for its persistent nature, very hardworking, goal-oriented. Okay, it stands for adaptability, survival, and persistence. So in relationship, you should never give up on each other. If your Venus is in Hasta, do not give up on each other. You need to make efforts, okay, to help each other, to connect with each other. That's very important. then this relationship will work. If Venus is in Hasta Nakshatra, definitely you're looking for a committed relationship. Alright? A long-term or lifelong, serious, committed relationship. And you should always go on making efforts to connect with each other. Okay? So, yeah. If Venus is in Hasta, you could also be interested in, making love in an artistic and creative way. Love making, okay, in a creative way. That is also something which can interest you. But nevertheless, what happens when Venus is in Hasta Nakshatra, you may have a very practical approach to relationship. So at times, that it would be necessary to revive that, emotional bond. So Hasta Nakshatra is ruled by moon, definitely. If moon is well placed, emotional bond will be there. But again, if moon is not well placed or getting afflicted, then somehow there could be some lack of emotional connection if moon is afflicted. And then, the native who has Venus in Hasta, that particular native will have a very practical approach, a very calculating and practical approach to relationship. That is, say, I will connect with you only if you connect with me emotionally. So it's like, give and take, very practical approach. So that may happen. So definitely you're looking for emotional connection, deep-rooted emotional connection, serious commitment. But at times you'll become very practical. That why should I care so much about their emotions? If they don't care about me, why should I? So relationship can be based on practical considerations. This can happen. So it's very important to, somehow deal with the differences in the relationship, to somehow see to it that, if it is a marital relationship, then marriage is about compromise. So it's necessary to, make efforts to connect with your partner and to never give up and to go on making efforts to improve your relationship. Now, as far as wealth is concerned, again, I would say wealth can come from the occult, from any field of occult knowledge, like palmistry, okay, from healing practices, Reiki healing, even technology, legal sector, nursing sector, a healthcare sector, service sector. So wealth may come from any of these fields, even technology, as I mentioned. Yeah. Or even the field of psychology, research, investigation, any field of creativity. So wealth can come from any of these fields. So now let's move on to the next nakshatra, which is Chitra Nakshatra. Chitra Nakshatra is ruled by Mars. It falls in the zodiac Virgo and Libra. If it falls in Virgo, sign lord is Mercury. If it falls in Libra, sign lord is Venus. The deity of this nakshatra is Lord Vishwakarma, the god of the celestial architect, actually, and also Lord Agni. And also Lord Indra, the king of all the gods. Okay? So both Vishwakarma, Lord Vishwakarma and Lord Indra, they are connected to Chitra Nakshatra and believed to be their deities and believed to be the deities. So before going on to how you will gain wealth, let me talk about relationship. And the symbol of Chitra Nakshatra is the pearl. A bright jewel or pearl is the symbol. The animal symbol is the female lion or lioness that stands for grace, majesty, and even courage, and even protective nature, nurturing abilities. So in relationship, you want that this relationship should be based on love, care, nourishment. There should be a lot of nurturing energy in the relationship. That's what you want. You want to be very protective, you want to be very nurturing towards your partner, and you expect the same from your partner in return. When Venus is in Chitra Nakshatra, in order to find your partner, you may have to first undergo a lot of trials, tribulations, problems, challenges, and finally you may be able to figure out, with whom you were meant to be. So yeah, you may have a difficult time finding your partner. That is possible if Venus is in Chitra. I've also seen when Venus is in Chitra, and especially if it is falling in Virgo, such natives they really, it's very challenging for them. Also, I have seen to find a suitable life partner. They may be in relationship, but at times they tend to get analytical about things, over analytical, over meticulous. So at times there could be conflicts with their person, and they want their relationship to improve. They want perfection, in their relationship also. They seek perfection in relationship when Venus is in Chitra and it falls in Virgo. Then such people, they may remain in solitude also. Even if they're in relationship, they may have a breakup. They may separate from their partner. Or even if they're in a relationship, somehow they are living with that person, they may somehow feel that they are not connected to their partner. They feel that they are not really connected. They may suffer from loneliness. That's what I've seen when Chitra Nakshatra, Venus in Chitra, and if it falls in Virgo. So it may not be very easy for them to find a life partner and to lead a very happy and life of pleasure with them. Things are not that simple if Venus is in Chitra, and especially if it is in Virgo. So if it is in Virgo, what you need to do, you need to develop a desire to serve your partner, to be devoted to your partner, to help your partner in every way you can, to always make efforts to reach out to them. Then only your relationship can survive. If Venus is in Chitra Nakshatra and it falls in Libra, then you may be interested in making love in a creative and artistic way. So yeah, the act of love making should be an act of creativity. That's what you may think when you have Venus in Chitra Nakshatra, whether Virgo, whether Libra, because Chitra Nakshatra is a nakshatra of creativity. So whether it is Virgo, whether it is Libra, so when Venus is in Chitra, such people they will always associate a relationship with the idea of love making in a very creative and artistic way. Only then they will be happy in the relationship. And especially if it is in Libra, what will happen? You will definitely strive to maintain harmony and balance in the relationship. So if Venus is in Chitra and if it is falling in Libra, you will really make efforts to connect with your partner. Okay, you will try to maintain balance and harmony. You will see to it that your partner is comfortable, and that you will take care of their happiness, their pleasure in the relationship also. So somehow the relationship can work if it is based on friendship, healthy give and take and cooperation. Both of you, in this relationship, you need to travel together. You need to do fun things together. You need to be friends to each other, besides having even great intimate life and sexual compatibility. Then this relationship can work if Venus is in Chitra and if it is falling in Libra. Now, as far as wealth is concerned, if it is falling in Libra, Venus in Chitra Nakshatra and it's falling in Libra, then you can gain wealth from any sort of artistic or creative abilities or creative skills. Or you can gain wealth from business, from trading. If you move to a foreign land, you can become wealthy. You can gain wealth from the field of law, from independent counseling, from liaison. So, you can be an advisor, consultant. So all these are fields, even teaching. So you can gain wealth from any of these fields. How you can gain wealth if it is in Virgo? Suppose Venus is in Chitra Nakshatra and it falls in Virgo, then you can gain wealth from the occult, from technology. You can gain wealth from service sector, healthcare sector, from healing practices, even psychology. Okay, so healthcare sector and legal sector, sector of law also, the field of law. So any kind of service sector also can enable you to gain wealth if it's in Virgo. If it is in Libra, you may do something independently, some independent business or partnership business, or even if you're any field of work wherein you need to teach others, teaching, counseling, all that. Now let's move on to the next nakshatra. If Venus is in after Chitra, we are moving to the next nakshatra, which is Swati Nakshatra. Swati Nakshatra is ruled by planet Rahu. Planet Rahu, and it falls in Libra. So the sign lord is Venus itself. So first I'll talk about relationship. You may have an a very unconventional, unorthodox approach to relationship. Alright? You may give a lot of importance to your independence in the relationship. The symbol of Swati Nakshatra is a young plant swaying in the wind, which signifies independence. Okay, free spirit. So, if you have Venus in Swati Nakshatra and if your partner is controlling, you will not be able to stay in that relationship. You will suffocate in that relationship. Because for you, independence, liberty, your own space and freedom is very important. And if your partner is somebody who believes in healthy give and take, who believes in friendly approach, like a partner who is very friendly with you, who believes in friendship and understanding, so that sort of partner you're looking for actually, who will also have, who will be definitely sexually attracted to you. There will be sensual or sexual compatibility in the relationship, but again, both of you will respect each other's space. That's what you want in the relationship. When it's necessary, both of you will team up together and you will come together to achieve certain couple goals or life goals. You'll travel the world together. That sort of partner you're looking for. Yeah. And definitely for you, physical compatibility, sensual attraction, that will be an important parameter in relationship, and you will be unorthodox and unconventional in your approach also. Somebody with whom you can get along well, somebody who's friendly, again somebody with whom to whom you're really attracted. So that is these are your parameters in relationship. That's how you're going to choose your partner. Actually, if Venus is in Swati Nakshatra. Now, again, love making in creative and artistic way, that is also definitely possible if Venus is in Swati Nakshatra. Healthy interactions with the partner, sharing ideas, even sharing thoughts and ideas with partner. Yes, sharing hobbies, interests, all that will improve your relationship. Wealth. Now, wealth can come from any sort of healing practices, from the field of medicine or medical sector, from healthcare sector, because Venus and Rahu, they are connected to medicines and healing. Okay, wealth may come from there. Wealth may come from the occult, as I mentioned, or from technology. Any field of work wherein you need to make use of your intellectual capabilities. So from your research, investigation, so all that will enable you to gain wealth. When you have in-depth knowledge about something in any field of work or study, you have in-depth knowledge and you're applying that knowledge in your work. You're making use of your intellectual capabilities in your work. So you will be able to gain wealth then. Okay, making use of your mental faculties, intellectual capabilities, your ability to deal with people, your business acumen, all that will enable you to gain wealth. Now let's move on to the next nakshatra. After Swati, I think it is Vishakha Nakshatra. Vishakha Nakshatra is ruled by planet Jupiter. The deity of this nakshatra is Lord Indra and Lord Agni. Lord Indra, the king of all gods, and Lord Agni, the god of fire, so also referred to as Indragni. Deity is Indragni. And planet lord is Jupiter. Vishakha Nakshatra falls in Libra and Scorpio. If it's in Libra, then sign lord will be Venus. If it falls in Scorpio, sign lord is Mars. Vishakha Nakshatra is a nakshatra of duality and transformation. So your relationship will transform your life. You'll get transformed as an individual maybe. It's possible. Or your life will get transformed. And there will be some duality in your relationship. It's possible. Some duality about the relationship will be there. On the one hand, you are committed. On the other hand, you may either feel that, on the one hand, you have declared that you are committed. On the other hand, you don't feel connected. So that sort of duality. Or you may commit to someone, but you may feel that you're emotionally connected to someone else. So this can happen if Venus is in Vishakha Nakshatra, especially if it is falling in Libra. Yes. If it's falling in Libra, then definitely, you are in search of your partner who would be, who would complement you, your true other half. Because Vishakha, the name itself means having many branches, multiple branches. So you may be in a number of relationships, multiple relationships, before you finally decide on a committed partner, on being in relationship with a committed partner or settling down with somebody. So before that, you may be in multiple relationships or more than one relationship. In Scorpio also, what will happen if Vishakha Nakshatra is falling in Scorpio, then your relationship, it may undergo ups and downs. At times you may connect with them, at times you may feel detached from them. So ups and downs in the relationship. But nevertheless, you will feel that this relationship will transform your life as an individual. Your life will get transformed. So either you may detach yourself from some partner and then move towards some other partner. That can also happen if Venus is in Vishakha Nakshatra and if it is in Scorpio. The deity I have mentioned, the symbol of Vishakha Nakshatra. What is the symbol? Potter's wheel. Potter's wheel, That potter's wheel can create something new and it can transform something into something totally different. That is why I said Vishakha is the nakshatra of transformation and duality. So also the symbol is the triumphal archway. The animal symbol, let me go to the animal symbol. The animal symbol of Vishakha Nakshatra is, just a moment friends, the male tiger. The male tiger stands for courage, strength and power. So Vishakha Nakshatra, especially if it's falling in Scorpio, then you may be at times a little controlling, possessive about your partner. You may be controlling in the relationship. You may want to exert your power over your partner. Or one of the partners may have that nature. If Venus is in Vishakha and if it is in Scorpio, one of the partners may be dominating, controlling in the relationship. But nevertheless, if Vishakha Nakshatra falling in Scorpio, there'll be a lot of attraction, magnetic attraction also in the relationship. So you'll be very much attracted to your partner. There can be sensual compatibility and attraction. Healthy intimate life is very important for the relationship to be successful. Whether it's in Scorpio, whether it's falling in Libra, there has to be healthy sexual compatibility. That's very important. Now, if it's in Scorpio, then it's intense, passionate connection, total transparency, mutual trust. That's very important. Total surrender to each other and solid commitment. If it's in Libra, then healthy give and take, great sensual compatibility, friendliness, friendship is important. Cooperating with each other is important. If Venus is in Vishakha and if it's falling in Libra. So yeah, Venus is in Vishakha, it's falling in Libra. Love making again in a creative and artistic way. That can also improve the relationship. And if it's falling in Scorpio, then making love in a very passionate way, intensely passionate way. So all these things. And what about wealth? If Venus is in Vishakha Nakshatra and it's falling in Libra, then definitely maybe you are doing some business, you will move to some other business, it's possible. Somehow you may, whichever way you are gaining wealth, you may diversify, you may follow another path also. You may branch out along a different direction, different career path, and wealth may come from there also. If it's in Libra, whether in Scorpio. So change of source of income is there, or having more than one source of income is possible. Venus is in Vishakha because Vishakha means having more than one branch, so multiple sources of income possible. Now if it's in Libra, your wealth can come, it can come from counseling, teaching, from business, from your business acumen, from the field of law, from being an advisor, consultant. If you go to a foreign land, you can become wealthy. and you can become a very prosperous, making use of your intellect, your ideas, your business acumen will enable you to gain a lot of wealth and become prosperous. If Vishakha Nakshatra is falling in Scorpio, then making use of your in-depth knowledge regarding things, your ability to do research, investigation, any field of occult sciences, psychology, healing, meditation, yoga, spiritual practices, any field of technology will enable you to gain wealth. Okay? But yes, when Vishakha Nakshatra, if it falls in Scorpio, then initially in life there can be challenges and ups and downs in your wealth also. Challenges in gaining wealth at times and ups and downs in your wealth, in gaining wealth. But eventually if you go on making efforts, if you go on gaining knowledge, doing proper research, investigation, if you spend your energy along a meaningful direction, if you keep making efforts, and if it's in Scorpio, then you will eventually overcome all obstacles and you will be able to gain wealth. Now let's move on to the next nakshatra. What will happen if Venus is in Anuradha nakshatra? Yes, after Vishakha it's Anuradha. Anuradha nakshatra is ruled by planet Saturn. It falls in the zodiac Scorpio, so sign lord is Mars. So the energy of Mars and Saturn is connected to this nakshatra. It's also called the nakshatra of devotion and friendship. Also, Anuradha literally means following Radha, following goddess Radha, in fact. So you can say Radha or goddess Radha is the epitome of devotion. Okay, so because she was totally devoted to Lord Krishna, she is the epitome of true love, selfless love and devotion. So if your Venus is in Anuradha nakshatra, definitely your relationship can be based on selfless love and devotion, total commitment, total surrender in the relationship, total transparency, mutual trust, and serious commitment and devotion and loyalty. You can have a promising love life, you can have a wonderful relationship life, or you can be in a seriously committed relationship if you have Venus in Anuradha, provided Saturn and Mars are more or less well placed. If you have to find out how these planets are placed in your horoscope, then definitely you can be in a relationship in which you are devoted to your partner and they are also in turn devoted to you. Yeah, but there has to be trust, there has to be loyalty. Otherwise, you will not be able to connect with your partner and you will not be able to stay in the relationship. Then you will definitely detach yourself also. If there is lack of trust, if there is lack of devotion, then the relationship cannot be sustained. So unless you find somebody who is devoted to you and unless you find somebody who understands the value of selfless love and devotion in relationship, you will keep looking for your partner. So once you find such a partner, you will settle down with them. If Saturn and Mars are well placed, then it will be a very happy relationship, also based on selfless love and devotion. It's possible. Now, the deity of this nakshatra is Lord Mitra. Mitra is the god of friendship, a solar deity, the god of friendship. So for you in relationship, friendship is also very important, because friend is somebody, to whom we reveal things, even our deepest secrets we may reveal to our friend, because we know that friend is somebody who will understand us, they will not judge us. So in Anuradha, if Venus is in Anuradha nakshatra, friendship in relationship is also very important. First of all, there has to be true friendship. and true love and devotion. All right? And definitely loyalty and fidelity. Yeah. The symbol of this nakshatra is lotus flower. So you want your relationship to bloom like a lotus flower. All right? And Anuradha falls in Scorpio. So you may also be a little secretive about your relationship, because relationship is again something very private, very personal. You may not like to reveal things about your relationship to others, because it's such a sacred bond, okay, which is very personal and private. So yeah, maintaining privacy in relationship also. Now let's talk about wealth. Now people who have Venus in Anuradha Nakshatra, they can have great analytical skills, research abilities. They can, wealth may come from, technology, from administrative sector, even from politics. If you have a powerful benefic Rahu and Saturn connected to Rahu, then wealth may also come from politics, diplomacy, okay, from administration, administrative sector, from technology, from healing practices, spiritual practices, occult practices, from psychological counseling. So these are all promising fields which can enable you to gain wealth. Whenever you go to the depth of things, do research, investigation, and come up with truth, any sort of research, investigation, or having research and investigation abilities, when you have the ability to also heal others, when you have the ability to solve mysteries, to investigate things, so these abilities, your ability to go to the depth of things and come up with in-depth knowledge, so all that will definitely, your intuition, even your power of intuition, your in-depth knowledge, your research abilities will enable you to gain wealth. So they will definitely enable you to gain wealth. Yeah, so all that about Anuradha Nakshatra. Now the final nakshatra today, what will happen if Venus is in Jyeshtha Nakshatra? Jyeshtha Nakshatra is ruled by planet Mercury, and it falls in the zodiac Scorpio, so the sign lord is Mars. So Venus in Jyeshtha Nakshatra, such a native, especially if you're a female native and if you have Venus in Jyeshtha, if you're a male native, then your partner will be very attractive. They will, have the ability to attract the opposite gender. They will be sensually attractive. So they will have that attractiveness in their appearance and looks. All right. So Venus in Jyeshtha Nakshatra, you got, you could connect with your partner because you were totally attracted to their physical beauty, attractiveness, or your partner was attracted to your beauty. So that physical attraction is very important element in Jyeshtha Nakshatra. Venus in Jyeshtha Nakshatra, again these people, Jyeshtha Nakshatra is ruled by Lord Indra. Lord Indra, the king of all gods, okay, and the animal symbol. The animal symbol is the male deer that stands for grace, alertness, sensitivity. Okay? So that means in relationship, in relationship matters, you will definitely, you want your relationship to be based on deep-rooted emotional connection, passionate connection, sexual attraction and compatibility. Somebody with whom you can connect on an intuitive level. You will connect with somebody who is very emotionally sensitive. Okay? And also, what will happen now? Again, if look at how Mars is placed in your horoscope and look at how Mercury is placed. So, if they are well placed, then definitely it will be a relationship which will be based on serious commitment, great attraction, physical attraction also. But if, say, Mercury is not so well placed, or if, say, even Mars is not so well placed, then you may be a little controlling in relationship matters also. Either you or your partner, they may be dominating or controlling in the relationship. They may want to exert their power and authority over their person. So one of the parties may have that nature, that they may want to control the other or dominate the other. A lot of possessiveness may be there also. That is also possible. So this relationship can be based on a lot of possessiveness. So if, both the people, if they are possessive about each other in a healthy way, that is good for the relationship. But extreme possessiveness is also not good. When there is extreme possessiveness, then there will be a tendency to dominate or control the other. So then that can make the relationship a bond which is, again, not healthy. One of the partners can suffocate in the relationship and may feel detached. That can also happen. So it's very important to, to maintain healthy, intimate life. It's very important to understand each other. That's very important. It's very important to have compassion for each other in the relationship. Then if Venus is in Jyeshtha, it will be a wonderful relationship. Again, love making in a creative, artistic way can appeal to you if Venus is in Jyeshtha Nakshatra. Mercury and Mars. So love making in a passionate way and also in a very creative and artistic way. That can really appeal to you in relationship. Now, all these things about relationship. Okay? So a relationship which is based on, great sensual compatibility on the one hand and serious commitment. Okay? And also there should be a desire to, surrender to each other, and a desire to, maintain that bond of mutual trust and commitment. Now, how can you gain wealth? So, the deity is Indra, the king of all gods. So, wealth may come from your ability to be diplomatic, your ability to, go to the depth of things, do research, your research abilities, research and investigation, technology. Wealth may come from any of these fields. And also from your creative and artistic abilities, you can gain wealth if Venus is in Jyeshtha Nakshatra. You can have any sort of creative skill or artistic ability. Your power of intuition can enable you to gain wealth. You can be into psychological counseling. Okay? You can gain wealth from administrative sector. It's possible. So you can gain wealth from the field of law, even from medical profession, from healing practices, occult practices. So wealth may come from any of these fields, from the field of psychology, as I mentioned. Now, one more interesting thing comes to my mind about relationship if Venus is in Jyeshtha Nakshatra, that in relationship, You will also, again, if Mercury is well placed, Mars is well placed, you will know also how to handle pressure in relationship. Even in wealth matters, you will know how to handle pressure. Suppose you want to amass wealth, gain wealth, but you are facing certain challenges. Somehow you will have this ability to handle pressure, even in wealth matters. But provided you are making efforts along a meaningful direction also to gain wealth. So then there could be sometimes ups and downs in gaining wealth, and you will be able to handle the pressure. In relationship matters also, you can handle pressure. Okay? So there could be something could be bothering you in the relationship, but you will know how to handle that pressure. And also see to it that you can relax with your partner and find some relaxation. So Venus in Jyeshtha Nakshatra, these people, in relationship, they will definitely, again, they can also be secretive about their relationship. And even if things are not all good in the relationship, even if they are facing certain challenges in the relationship, if Mercury is well placed, Mars also, then they have that maturity to handle the pressure or handle all untoward circumstances pertaining to the relationship. Okay, they have that ability to manage things, and they also will find time to relax with their partner. Okay, so yeah, they want to relax with their partner. They also want to gain pleasure in the relationship, and what they're looking for is relaxation and pleasure in the relationship also. Yeah, so all these things. So about Venus in Jyeshtha Nakshatra. So wealth will come to you. Venus is wealth. Wealth will come to you when you understand how to master the Jyeshtha energy. That is, you will have to know how to handle pressure in all situations. There will be challenges, obstacles. You'll have to overcome those challenges in your work life, career. You'll have to handle all pressure, okay, and manage things. And always try to strive towards self-improvement, upgrading your knowledge, improving yourself. Always to strive to attain that. Always working on how to improve yourself, okay? And overcoming all obstacles and challenges. So that attitude also will enable you to gain wealth if Venus is in Jyeshtha Nakshatra. So friends, that was my take on Venus in different nakshatras. This is part 2. I will upload part 3 also. Alright. As soon as I am, able to, I will upload part 3. So remaining nakshatras will be covered there. If you're looking for personal consultation, or if you want to learn astrology, you can get in touch with me. Details are there in the video description. And if you if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe. And a gentle reminder, be kind, compassionate to all animals, birds and creatures. Try to be a vegetarian. Donate vegetarian food, okay, to orphanages, old age homes. Be kind, charitable to people who are mentally or physically challenged. See you friends next time. Take care. Thank you.